What's up, mother truckers? So, a little bit of an update. I had to get me a new fridge. The other one made it about 5 months. I don't know why it took a crap. It's just something that turns on and off the compressor. So, I just got another one. I'm going to fix the other one and put it on the back porch for the children this summer. I'm thinking I'm going to pull the trigger on this airboard to try it out for a few months. I got some other ideas about how to proceed with my business plan. I'm happy with Schneider. I'm not necessarily looking at leaving as soon as possible or anything like that, but my ultimate goal is obviously not to stay at one place. But this has taught me a lot, and there's a lot of growth. I've met a lot of good people and mentors, and I hope I helped anybody else. I might be at Schneider for another 2 years. I might be gone in 6 months. I might be gone in 3 months. I don't know. I'm not in a hurry, but I'm an opportunist. So I'm going to keep learning. I got my first business credit card today, almost 6 months into this thing. And it's not a very big limit, but it's going to help start building that business credit. So I'm glad I finally got off my butt and did that. Also elected to file as an S Corp. First payroll date, first payment on payroll date is going to be the 16th of April. So that would be the first 2 weeks of April pay. I'm paying myself a salary. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do yet. But so I am a W-2 employee of my company, which I draw dividends from. So my accountants helped me with all that. I'm using the program Gusto to do payroll right now. And then I got to call the state of West Virginia and make sure I got all my forms and all of that. There's just there's a bunch to it, but I'm doing a lot of this legwork myself instead of throwing it all on my accountant's plate. I'll have them advise me, and if I feel like I'm getting in above my head. The State Tax Department of West Virginia has been very helpful in the past, so I'll see what they can help me with. But anyway, there's many games you can play to try to figure out how to keep as much of your money as possible. But I want to do it legit. Don't want no trouble with the IRS. And in fact, in my personal experience so far in life, is if you're just an honest person, it's not going to hurt you. Now, I don't know what's going to happen going forward with the way things are going in this place, but we'll see. So the truck's still doing good. I'm piecemealing my maintenance as far as work I need done. I got the dog bones put on the drive axles. They really needed doing. I broke down and put some metal extensions on my glad hands because I had rubber coverings, but you're putting all that pressure, and I have straight hoses. I don't like coils. I'm glad this truck came with straight hoses. I would have replaced them by now if it would have came with coils. But I'm afraid, regardless of whether it's coils or not, you're putting all that pressure where that spring is if you have coils. If not, it's just the hard metal union between the rubber and the metal that goes into the glad hand. So I put those extensions on there so that I'm not putting pressure on those hoses. I want to get as much life out of those hoses as possible, and those metal things don't go bad. I mean, I guess you could probably tear them up eventually, but I just went ahead and put those on there. That's the only thing out of pocket that's not I guess you would say a necessary expense that I've done in a while. I've been eyeballing some radios, the Strikers and stuff like that. I mean, you don't need a Cadillac, but I want a radio that's going to stay with me for a while. I've gone through Galaxies and Cobras and all that in the past. I've never had a Connex. I know they're a good radio, but you can spend about $50 to $100 more based on the ones I've been looking at. So there's a couple things I want to do. I want to go ahead and get a GPS. I'm debating on starting my IRP process to get my own so that there's one less thing to do if I decide to jump ship. But as far as coming over here, whether you have grand plans or you just want a place to make a home, if you come over here now, you have to do the airboard. I don't necessarily think it's a completely bad thing. If it gives me more options, and I can still average, on a lot of these loads over $2 a mile as a lease on carrier of 65%. You're not going to see the percentage anymore, and you're not going to have your fuel surcharge separated from the load. The load pays what the load pays at booking. I really like my BOA at Schneider. She's a really good girl, or woman, rather, and she, if I ask her questions, she's not shot the bull with me yet. She or lied to me, hoodwinked me into believing something that's, not true. But So far, it's been good. I trust her. And here's the thing: I ain't staying here forever. And the next time contracts are re-upped, they're forcing everybody to this airboard anyway. It's why would you run two systems? So I'll have access to the same freight I have access to now. That's all cross-platform between that and airboard, between IC Choice and the airboard. But you're getting spot market, you're getting dedicated, and emergency or overflow freight. So you're going to have more options. Some things will get you in places of the country and get you back that you're not used to having with IC, from what I'm to understand. I don't plan on working too far from home. I've been getting home a lot more. There's been several weeks in a row that I've gone home on the weekends. I know some guys have timed this stuff out to where they get home every daggone day if they want to. I like that idea. I've even rolled around the idea of getting a day cab once I bump the right elbows and getting some contacts. I also like being on the road. I mean, I miss my family, but there's something about being on this road. It's kind of romantic. I went over the road for a lot of years. I did it until 2006, and I just came back out now for the first time since 2006 in 2020. So I had a 14-year break from it and came back out, and as much as it sucks being gone with wife and kids, every day's kind of an adventure, and some days you get pissed off. But most days, God blesses me with good scenery. He's keeping my truck together and keeping my wherewithal up. And I need to do right by him and do a little more reading, man. I tell you, you're supposed to be in the Word. But I really think if you want to try this, or you want to build a business, and you've been a wheel holder, there's no way you're not going to make more money than you made as a company driver anywhere, and this includes LTL, any of those places. And now, if you're the number one line haul driver at UPS Freight anywhere that's got long runs, we ain't gonna beat that. But remember, you're not UPS Freight anymore. God knows what they're gonna do. Union or not, I'm telling you, I've worked union, non-union LTL, over the road. I've hauled cars, I've hauled tankers, doubles. I've even pulled triples a couple times and didn't realize you needed a special license in that state, but the company didn't say that either. I was told to, so glad I didn't get busted, or it'd have been a big deal. But I pulled them, the extended wiggle wagons, and they suck. There's no, I don't know. There wasn't nothing in it for me. It didn't bother me, but I mean, I've even done the 13,600 gallons tankers up in Michigan with the 6 trailer axles. I never did a gravel train. But I've done the parking lots, I've done skateboards, done tankers, I've done oversized pulled sand chiefs at Schlumberger, just about anything you could think of that you can do with a truck. I ain't piggybacked trucks. I haven't pulled the double car haulers, the covered car haulers for the high dollar cars. And I haven't pulled anything oversized in a ridiculous manner, such as the windmill blades or anything like that. Or I've done some low boy, but never anything that's got, the multiple axle attachments and all that. So I've done a lot of stuff, and I've even gone international. Used to do a lot of Canada when I was at UPS Freight. It doesn't bother me. Matter of fact, get my own authority and make sure I got all my stuff together and all that, and get back in the FAST program. I wouldn't mind going to Canada as an owner-operator. I really wouldn't. That stuff doesn't scare me. They're there to help you if you just cooperate and do what they tell you and make sure you have paperwork together. I mean, just study a little bit is all it takes. But anyway, I'm just rambling at this point, which I'm really good at. But don't be scared, man. Like, if you save money and don't piss away everything you earn when you start your business, you can always square up your taxes. And worst comes to worst, you shut your business down and you can try again, or you can go hold a wheel somewhere else. The world don't end until, nothing happens. You're not dead. And when you're dead, you ain't got to worry anymore anyway. But you're not dead. You might be dead in the water, but you can always reinvent yourself. I've done it a few times myself, and I didn't look at it that way until I did it. And then I look back, and I'm like, man, I've been to hell and back, and the good Lord saw me through, and now I'm where I'm supposed to be. I had a big hole in me. As much as I loved my wife and kids, I was just always miserable, always working for somebody else. Felt like I wasn't living up to my potential. I started this business, and now I'm challenged. Obviously, being gone from home is a challenge in itself, but my wife and I talk every chance we get. I try to make it home for everything super important for the kids. And meanwhile, I'm trying to build something so we don't have to do this every day anymore. If I want to drive, I can just hop into that truck that I have in my driveway, and I can go run until I want to come home. And I want to be that kind of boss that will give guys trucks they can drive and a good living and get home on some semi-regular basis. Because it's possible, but all these big companies don't want to work it that way. They want the convenience. So I don't know what's possible as a business owner if you have employees. I know there's contractors right now, and there's a lot of question with that. But point being, I didn't get into this to buy one truck, work for one outfit, and that's the end of my story. So I'm looking forward and starting to draw some lines across the board to see where I'm going to end up in my next step. But you got to take your first step. And don't be scared of it. Talk to these guys. Call Nate Green at SFI. That's my guy. There's other people there too. You don't have to call mine. I mean, I wish you'd give them my truck number and my driver number, which I'll reach out and give you through an email or something. I'm not going to put it on here, but if you get in, I don't care who you do. Just talk to Lindsay Dahl at Schneider. She was my recruiter. And talk to Nate Green at SFI first. Set your stuff up. See what they can get you approved for. Get in the truck. Get out here and make money. It's that simple. You got to find the terms of the terms of your lease. How many miles are on the truck? How much warranty is left on the truck? If it's the equipment that you want, that you'll be comfortable with, regardless of the age, you know, what model you're, whatever. What's the payment that you're going to have every week, including your maintenance to come out of your settlement, and then add $200, which is an overshot, but $200 to that. That's what your costs are going to be a week before fuel. So you have an idea of what you got to make every week before you start making any kind of profit. So you got to figure that out. But also, you want to figure out what the term of your lease is. If you're like me and you got a 60-week lease, if I don't like this stuff after 60 weeks, I turn the truck back in, and I got to wait 45 days for my maintenance account. But after they take out any damage I left to the truck and fixed it, I'll get that money back, and I'm free and clear. And I can file with the state of West Virginia to close the LLC and go back to W-2 somewhere else on the wheel for somebody else and have the accountant do one less tax return for the business stuff. Done. Easy in, easy out. You're just working with bigger numbers and having to spread your pie a little bit more whenever you're a business owner. But you're still going to come out ahead. So stop being scared if you're scared. And if you're just waiting it out because you have some goals you want to meet before, that's smart. Stay out till you're ready. But when you're just like, man, I just don't know if I should. Man, I want to, but I just don't. If you don't know, nobody does. Pull the ripcord or just turn away. Sitting there on the fence is going to make you feel worse in the long run. So anyway, that's my piece for the night. I hope you guys stay safe out there. Keep her upright. Be careful which Walmart you park at so they don't wake you up, because Walmart employees waking me up gets Walmart employees yelled at and a bad impression of Schneider from me. That hasn't happened, but it's come close. So I found this little hole-in-the-wall gas station over here somewhere in PA. Fuel mileage has gone up because the winter blend fuel's gone, which is a little bit of common sense and thinking. Instead of just rambling, I probably figured it out, but I had somebody figure it out for me. God bless you guys, man. Just regardless of what you do in life, give with a giving heart if you can. And all I got's words. I can't be spreading my funds around. I got a very large family right now, but man, if I can help you, just talk to you, answer questions. I've already had a few guys call me. Some guys I forget to put their names in the phone book. So if you guys have reached out to me and talked to me, call me or text me again. Give me your first, last name, and I'll put you in the book. If anybody needs anything from me, or questions, whatever, motivation, if I can do that for you, give me a call. Text me, whatever. Or hit me up on here first, because I'm not putting my personal stuff out there for obvious reasons. But God bless you guys. And hammer down, keep her between the lines. God bless.